Welcome everybody to the Friday Night Live. I'm just inviting some people in the chat now. And we'll plug that and Control V. You want to come in and join the chat? Just boy, we got some bad latency today. Looks like the internet is bad. You want to join the chat, just click on the link there, open up the window, follow the instructions, and you'll be right in there. So we need to go to Stunt Hanger, post the link, and at the bench. And Control V. There we go. All right. Let me show you what I got going here. Basically, what I did today was let me see where I'm at. Turn that down there. Yeah. Basically, what I did today was the Nobler has a turtle deck on it, and I carved up this block here for the turtle deck, and of course it's not hollowed or anything. I molded one, so I made the block 1/8 of an inch smaller, and I did my molding of my turtle deck here, and I'm working on getting it fit. I have to make some formers in there, but this turned out 11 grams as opposed to whatever you can get out of a block, which is you're not going to get 11 grams. I also received a order of wood, and I'll be shaping flaps as we sit here talking today. I cut out the outboard flap and saved another 10 grams. So that's a substantial savings. So how I do my flaps is I take a pen, use the finger method. I draw a center line on the flap. I hear somebody coming in.
Okay.
Oh, how you doing, Howard?
Am I still having the
No, you sound fine.
voice issue?
Sound fine so far. Anyway, I was just explaining how I shape flaps. Using the finger method, draw a center line, come on one side, a 1/16 of an inch, draw another line, right down the. Some guys use the rod method. I don't, but.
What do you mean by the rod method?
Put 2 rods on the bench, 3/8 rod at the front and a rod at the back, and then sand a taper into it. I don't think they look as nice. They're flat. Mine are airfoiled. So, I mean, I can do it relatively quick. You'll see how long it takes me to do this, which is in no time at all. Well, I saw Bill went to the big flying circle today.
Yes, he did. There's a group going out and flying both Saturday and Sunday. So I think I'll bring my old Sodbuster out, which I had sort of retired, and I'll bring it out and fly it for Bill.
Why is Crossfire?
Yeah, I'm not ready for. Haven't got the motor in it and all that other stuff. If I get that done tomorrow, which is really all I have to do is put the motor on it. I've got the speed controller programmed and all of that. So, and I'm familiar with how that works. I built a test fuselage to do that and to work out all the programming kinks. So that was pretty straightforward.
Good evening, boys.
Halo. Grab the camera here. All right. I'm going to shape up a flap. I keep my 15-year-old piece of 30 grit sandpaper on this block. And I just start sanding the edge in an X. Let me go this way X amount, and then we go back the other way. I'm going to go down to the lines that you drew. This takes a little bit of practice to do and make look good, but it's nothing that, you know, nothing special. The trick is 30 grit sandpaper.
Yeah. That makes quick work of about anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to get flat.
I've got a brick here. I could use that. That's probably about 10 grit.
Hell yeah, one of them old Chicago bricks.
Yeah.
A lot of guys have asked, can I watch you sand? Well, I guess you could. It's pretty boring, but
Yeah. $5 a minute.
no, that's 1/2 of it rough, dude.
I'm watching you stand, you watching me rebuild a ring nest.
Uh-oh.
What does this look like?
Oh, yeah. I've seen one of those before. That's a LA-25, a blue one.
Yeah, I got the video of this morning's flight posted.
Oh, gee.
It didn't go well, it don't sound like.
I'll be honest, it went actually great until I decided to fly inverted.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like a dummy.
Well, there are all kind of tricks for learning to do that.
Yeah, I can tell you one right off the bat. Don't do it unless you know how to do it.
You won't learn how to do it without breaking a few airplanes.
Yeah.
You think Al Ray will be there tomorrow?
Think Al will be out tomorrow? Probably not, since he's in I think he lives in Arlington or Fort Worth, one of those two, and I'm in Houston. So
I thought he lived close to you guys.
no, he did give Bill one of his bears that he built. It's down at Bill's hangar at Hooks Airport. And after all the commotion settles down and the funeral's done, I'm going to work with his girlfriend, Sue. And I was thinking about getting permission. I guess he gave it to Bill. I can do with it what I want. I was going to donate it to the AMA Museum up in Muncie.
Well, I got to tell you, donating something to the museum is not all that easy. You might donate it to them, but they're not, they might not end up putting it up.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a work of art. It still looks pretty darn good after all these years.
If you donate it to the museum, make a stipulation that it has to go up. You don't want to see it, go set in the back room somewhere.
That's good advice. I will, before I do anything with it, I may just, out of respect to Al, say, look, Bill has passed away. Do you want it back? And he may say yes.
I've been trying to get Kostecki's Formula S. Now, Art Schaefer Sr., he said I could have it before he died. Well, he died, and now his son's got it, and I'm having a hard time getting it. I want to donate it to the museum. But it doesn't, if it's in the museum, if I give it to the museum, that doesn't mean they're going to put it up.
Yeah. Well, I could see that with some models, but there are some, because of their historical noteworthiness, such as Raby rudder and Bear and the, molded balsa fuselage and things like that. I think from a construction historical perspective, it, merits a place in the museum.
So does Kostecki's Formula S.
Yep, I would agree. I've heard of the airplane, but I'm not that familiar with it. So there are some things that deserve to be there. And these may just be two cases of it. I don't know how donations to the museum work, but.
You kind of got, ask Keith Trossel. He knows. He's Martin Baker's there.
Yeah, I forgot about Keith.
But if that doesn't work, you could donate it to Brodak's Museum.
That would be another. First, I'll probably just ask Al his desires, since he gave it to Bill about 6 or 8 months ago. It was early. It was in March or April. And Bill called me and said he wanted me to come eat lunch with him. When I got there, I said, "What in the world is that?" He said, "What does it look like?" I said, "That looks like a Raby bear." He said, "That's exactly what it is." So for whatever reason, Bill and Al had a good friendship, and Al wanted Bill to have that.
Well, when Bob Giske passed, I asked Christy if I could have, something to remember him by. She sent me an elevator to a Nobler.
Okay.
So, hanging up there on the.
So you were flying your Ringmaster inverted, and you had a sudden urge to give it up.
No, I was just doing normal rounds. I did a couple of half wing overs to get the feel of it, and then just like Monday, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna do a loop. It was kind of one of them moments.
Yeah.
Did a wing over, came back around, I went up, came out the top of it, and it where I think I went wrong at is that when it was coming inverted, as soon as it went inverted, I turned my hand sideways.
Palm up.
It gave it opposite control to come out, to stay inverted. Whereas down is up, up is down. What the thing of it is, I think I kept my arm up, and I think that counteracted and kept it at neutral, and it went in at a 45, right in, and that's the only thing I can think of.
There will come a time in flying that going around the correct way, you'll know that up is on top and going around the other way up is on bottom. I mean, you don't even have to think about it.
You don't think. I don't put my hand palm up, although that's the way I learned to fly inverted. I do my hand palm down, because when you're flying combat, if you're inverted and your down line hits your opponent and your hand is palm up, if your lead line hits it, you go right in the ground. So if you've got your hand palm down, your down line hits it when you're inverted, and you go up, so you don't have an inadvertent, you know,
Yeah.
sudden stoppage.
Fly with my hand straight up and down, upright and inverted.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting more accustomed to that now. It's just,
I mean, I was told that was a good way to, like, if I'm going to try inverted, that was a good way, like a good habit to learn, to go turn the hand palm up. But it ain't no telling. It happens so fast.
well, you will get where you won't even think. You'll know where the airplane is no matter what. And then once you develop your flying skills, just close your eyes and fly it. And just do 8s, fly about a half a lap inverted and come back around. You'll understand where the airplane is by the feel of the airplane.
Well, I mean, the damage ain't too bad. The wing split at the joint. Clean break. Trailing edge, leading edge. Clean break. Now, the nose snapped right off.
Yeah.
Right behind the doubler. Now, that break ain't so clean, but it may just still slide back on there. And then epoxy it. I haven't tried it yet because I got the wing great. I mean, it fit that good back in there. And I epoxy the joint, put some CA on top of it even.
Well, I probably wouldn't
So
mix epoxy and CA together.
together. I did like the joint together was epoxy, and the seam on top, because he had a little bit of gap.
Yeah.
I went ahead and just put CA. That way it'll kind of level off in there. I won't have a big goop of epoxy on the top part.
Well, I keep that flap. I don't just talking to you. It's ready to be finished sanded. Pretty good.
But my goal is to have this thing in basically ready to fly position come Monday night.
Or Sunday.
Now the motor, because I still got to clean it because you got some dirt and mud in the Venturi. But
Yeah.
I'd like to have it covered, ready to have an engine mounted on it by then.
The internet is sure acting quirky tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because for the first time mine didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be my fault.
You got it shocked. You shocked it.
Yep.
But I changed the prop to a 9.4 prop. I used the hot rock handle, and I adjusted the push rod down 1 notch, and it just went beautiful, smooth. It wasn't roller coaster the entire thing. It was. I just kept it up at an angle, 10, 12 foot off the ground, and just stayed going round and around like that till I got, a case of the dumbass.
Well, just try doing, a half a lap inverted at a time. Come back, do another half a lap, then gradually extend it.
Yeah.
That way, you'll at least prolong the dumbass till later in the flight.
Yeah.
I wish I could say I'd never done anything like that, but
Then my dad called me like right before the stream came on because he seen the video on YouTube and started laughing at me. It's like, man, in all my years of flying, I ain't never crashed that bad. I said, yeah, you have.
Oh.
Just nobody was there to see it.
All right.
You can tell afterwards.
1950s leading edge on this round instead of tapered.
Sparky, would you hold up the flap to the camera so we can see the semi-airfoil shape that you have on the trailing edge?
I certainly will when I get it this leading edge shape.
And you're just doing that at a 45-degree angle with a razor plane.
Negative. I'm gonna make the leading edge round.
Okay.
This is a, I mean, modern stunt ships are at 45, but this is a, you know, classic airplane. I'm gonna build it classic. I'm just basically showing you how we've been sitting here talking, what, 15 minutes? I got this flap shaped already.
Yep.
There's nothing to any of this stuff. Watching me do this might, you know, the way that I hold it and the method might help somebody. The technique.
You learn something every time you watch somebody do something, even if it's, I don't want to do it that way. Is that quarter or 3/8?
3/8.
3/8. Okay.
Nobler flaps were quarter, but I'm making mine 3/8. For the simple fact I got 1/8" horns.
Yeah. You don't have much meat left in there.
Yeah, not on a quarter. And you can't, and a 1/4" flap is kind of a slab flat flap. You know, I got this shaped airfoil, and they look a lot nicer airfoil. Especially, you know, if you do a good job painting them. Okay, this is roughed in. We'll hold it up to the camera. Can you see that?
Yep. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
I think that's what years of experience does for you.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that I've done it once or twice. But I just showed you how to do it. It's not that big a deal. Then I get 220, and I got a soft block here. This soft block is kind of hard on one side, and then like a foam pad on the other.
Mm-hmm.
I put 220 on it, and we're going to draw the shape so it's perfect. And how you do that is in the crosshatch. You don't want to sand this way, straight up with the grain. You want to sand at an angle and roll your hand from the trailing edge forward like this. And that'll be a nice airfoil. And when I go to take the rest of the scratches out, we'll do that with 320. I'll weigh this up. I'm debating whether to put clips in this or not. I don't know.
Well, I may have totally lucked out on this. I took the Venturi off the engine, and I only had dirt in the Venturi. And looking inside the crank case, I don't see none at all. So I may have got lucky.
That's a good. Hopefully.
Yep. Won't take but a second, though, to pop the back plate off and squirt some cleaner or something up in it.
Yeah.
Shoot some fuel and run the damn thing.
Lap it in. That dirt makes good lapping compound.
And why?
I've stuffed them right straight in the ground, loaded them up with dirt, put some fuel on them, you know, rinsed them off and started them right back up. I flew combat for a while.
Yeah, I've never done that more than 15 or 20 times. If you fly combat, you're going to hit the ground. That's not an option. And you're going to have an engine full of mud and dirt. And if you want to win, you're going to have to clean it out quickly and get it back in the air.
Hey, see, that's what I try to express to my dad. Okay, you've been flying since the late 60s and early 70s, and you never crashed. I call bullshit.
Yeah, I think I would on that one. I would do it with respect, though.
He never crashed, he wasn't flying. Been a while since I hit the ground. Thunderbolt was the last one that I hit the ground with. About 3 years ago.
Okay, where did you post the video of your ringmaster demise?
It's on the open forum under God, I don't even remember the name of it.
Stunt Hanger open forum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see.
Stunt Hanger is a good way to get views on your videos.
Oh, it's labeled "I love control line." And Sparky, I actually gave you 2 or 3 shout outs in that 15-minute video.
You did.
Oh yeah, for the forum and your channel as well.
Cool, thank you.
Oh yeah. Without your site and all that, I would not be doing this right now.
All right, I'll sand this.
I'm not cleaning an engine.
Well, I would still be doing this, but it sure makes getting information a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, my interest of it would have died back when I was 15.
Oh, yeah, it's a disease for me, I think.
I mean, I'm glad my dad got me into it at a young age, but I'm also glad the internet provided a lot more information than just his know-how. Because, Lord, it's like a lot of years of difference. Oh, none. I'm not calling him dumb or nothing like that, but a lot of information is just 10 times better than. You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, oh, I understand. Well, I mean, I truly learned something regardless of how good or bad the video is. I mean, sometimes the best lesson you can learn is, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything yet with any of the Stunt Hanger or Wendy videos or Al Raby videos that say I don't want to do it. I may modify it to the way I'm comfortable working, but the concepts that are presented, I mean, they're rock solid.
Well, I try not to put anything out there that they, you know, I've done all these things that I'm showing, you know, more than once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one's good enough. It's a silk fan, actually.
That didn't take long at all.
Oh, Dennis. Okay, I was wondering who that was over there working on something.
About 30 minutes max from the time we start.
I mean, you can fine tune it to death.
Bless you.
There you go. Now you're sanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You blow your nose and you use the residue for fillet material.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need no stinking OSHA.
Yeah. We call that boogerite.
That's right. Oh,
Oh, it's getting deep tonight.
I just keep eyeballing
Oh,
it.
Sure glad I bought these pipe cleaners.
This is my Brodak classic airplane. The one I'm gonna fly at Brodak. I know it's gonna fly good.
When is Brodex? Is that in June?
June, Father's Day.
I'm planning on going in not next year, but 2018.
And you better hurry up. Because last year was supposed to be the last one, but John decided he could do it again. So
Yeah.
it's only going on by year basis.
I mean, I would love to go this year. I have no more vacations on. And come August, this coming August, I'll have 2 weeks to burn since I make 5 years at my job. So instead of a week, I get 2 weeks. So I could just burn it over there.
There you go. Don't get no better.
Yep. Usually I use it for hunting season. Well, that's been kind of a bust. So
You could be a senator and get 5 weeks.
oh man, I could be a president and get
3 months a year or more.
and have y'all pay for it.
Yeah.
That's true. But have you ever noticed how much Bush aged, how much Clinton aged, how much Obama has aged?
Oh yeah.
That's a, I mean, irrespective of politics or anything, that job, the people, when they finish with it, they don't look the same.
Trump will look exactly the same.
Well, yeah, he's going to have enough plastic surgery done to.
Yeah.
His
That's
ears will be right about his nose.
He dyes his hair.
You ever seen grayish orange silver hair? Look at Rusty.
It actually looks silver in real life. I'm screwing with my camera. That's why I've been in and out. I'm trying to get it to zoom out.
So you're going for the Michael McDonald look, right?
Oh Lord.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
What the hell's wrong? Come on, camera. I gotta turn it off and fix my camera. Something's going more wrong with it. I'll be right back.
Okay. In a minute.
I think the end is going to be all right, all right, all right.
I'm sanding with 320 now, getting all the 80 grit scratches up. Shaping is all done with 30 grit. You can move a lot of material with 30 grit quick.
Just love cleaning epoxy off of this stuff. What are you doing? Some needle nose and it pops clean off the wood.
That's kind of a low spot there. Yes, I have to do it this way. So I need to straighten it out. Straighten her out. I sanded a divot in it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good sanding cough there now.
How about the same?
That'll work. Oh, we gotta go here.
There we go. That's a little bit better. It's still set to widescreen. We can't fix that. But anyway, how y'all doing tonight?
Doing okay, Rusty.
Back earlier and looked at the part of last night's stream that I missed before I signed on, and heard James talking about building a GB, and Sparky said a TV, and then Howard said, he said, no, a GB, and Howard said, oh, a GETV. I about fell out of my chair laughing at y'all.
Okay,
That's funny.
here's my building partner.
Oh,
No, hey.
That's Maddie.
is that a Westie? Is Maddie a Westie?
Yes, she is. She was raised out here in the shop, so nothing
she's
bothers her. The air compressor, none of that. She was raised at the flying field, so you start up a model airplane engine, she just looks at you like, this is cool.
Did she step over the lines?
No, but she will pee on them.
Oh, well.
Yeah, like Sparky marking my territory.
There you go. She has a harder time with stunt than combat, because in combat, if I was flying and I wasn't flying a match, she could wander out in the circle and it really didn't matter. But in stunt, that's not a good thing. That's considered poor form.
Yeah.
Whenever I go around the RC guys, when I walk by their planes, I find myself high stepping when I walk past the inboard wing.
And he probably
Unfortunately, they don't do the same for me, though.
Well, that's one. Let's see what it weighs.
Okay, playing in the background is Chronicles of a Ringmaster.
Yeah, I see that.
I'll go back and finish it later.
15 grams. $15. So my both flaps will end up weighing an ounce.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, considering outrage weighed 3 ounces apiece.
Yeah.
I watched your Al Ray stuff today that you did on the green screen. That was a pretty good little video. 4-stroke engine.
I'm trying to, this is really hard to do, to be a one-man band and get
Yeah.
this a professional looking, you know, video.
Oh, I do have a question. How long ago was that video with Al and Wendy done?
Probably 10 years ago.
That is a spectacular airplane. Gonna work it.
Man. Man.
It's starting to look like an airplane there, James.
Well, no, that's what's left of my ringmaster from this morning.
Oh,
That's not.
never mind.
Yeah, I wish I could say this was a fire cat. I'm putting back together.
Boy, it's been seriously windy here. I can't believe how hard the wind's been blowing past couple of days.
Oh, the wind was amazing this morning. It was great. It wasn't around.
That's always a good thing. I wonder if he got our wind. Because Christmas Day here in this area was horrible. It's been bad the last few past, too.
Now, Christmas Day here was pure stunt heaven. Unfortunately, I couldn't fly that day. I had to do Christmas stuff. That dang Christmas stuff. We had a good time. It was all in all a good holiday. But my Gamecocks lost in the bowl game in overtime yesterday. That was a sad performance.
Well, at least they got back in the game. They were pretty much
They
out
did.
of the game for a long
Right
time.
there at the last minute, I thought they were going to pull it off. But when you keep putting the ball down on the 1 yard line when it's first and goal, you can't win that way.
No.
I don't know what the problem was. I watched the Huskies today.
How many home runs did they get?
Yeah. Sparky's a big football fan, I could tell.
They even had a balk.
They got one home run. They got one home run. That was the back of the end zone catch to tie the game. But it wasn't enough.
Sparky, the part you're working on now, is that did you mold that around a form or something?
Yes. I molded it. I made this mold this morning.
Okay.
Molded it up. Yeah. You can't carve a block and make it as light as a molded piece. So
yeah.
And one of the problems with a Nobler was this, peg and stake turtle deck, I thought, and so I figured, well, I'll just mold one.
I've only built one Nobler, and that was a long time ago. And building that part of it, it just didn't look all right. It was all wavy and
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't a nice look on it at all.
Well, in order to get a real nice look, you got to carve it. But if you do it like this is 2 pieces of 16
Right.
glued together. It has, some stiffness behind it, and it'll look fine. It just wasn't quite dry. So I use a little CA to hold it down.
So your plug that you made, the mold, is it about a 1/16 or maybe 3/32 smaller than the fuselage base?
1/8 inch.
1/8 inch, okay.
Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. You can use veil on this and vacuum bag and Z-epoxy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was disappointed I didn't get a notification this evening when the stream started on either my PC or my telephone, so I need to go into Google and screw with my notification settings, I guess. After we talked about it last night, I was hoping it would work, but it didn't.
You go into YouTube on my YouTube page and ring the bell, and then the thing will open up and it'll ask you, do you want to be notified of the settings? And you got to push yes.
Yep, I did that last night, but still nothing. So I went to my main notification settings page, and a lot of that is unclear. So I need to just sit down and fool with it and find out what's wrong.
Are you signed in on your
Doesn't
phone
matter.
to your YouTube?
I just clicked up. Let's see. I got my phone right here.
Got to be signed in.
Yeah, if you're not signed in, it won't tell you.
Absolutely. Yeah, signed into Chrome. Yeah, I see Hangouts. I see Howard and 3 others, 21 minutes.
Does it have your page up in the top right corner? Your icon. Click the sign in button. Top right.
Here we go. Proceed. Probably going to show up twice. Yeah, okay.
I don't know what that is.
Need to
Oh, we got 2 rushes.
uh,
Yeah, you're gonna have to sign out of one of them.
yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Oh, didn't go away.
Wow. I just put up that video like about 2 hours ago. I got 80 views.
How many?
80. But I only have 44 subscribers.
That's more than I get in an hour.
No, I had to turn my phone off to kill it.
Hey.
What is it, Maddie? What did you hear?
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Maddie's excited now.
It's Friday night, and I have problems with the neighbors, and my kids go crazy.
Well, she's looking for somebody to play with.
Oh, they'll protect the house. You'll know when someone's here. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, she does a good job of that. She'll bark if she can hear things that I never hear, and he hasn't been wrong yet. I mean, there'll be somebody walking in front of the house or something.
I might mold another one. Used to be safe. Didn't quite work out as good as I wanted. Kind of delaminated the spots.
What did you use to glue it?
White glue.
Well, unless you had some way to put a lot of pressure on it, Gorilla Glue wouldn't work because it's going to cause things to delaminate unless you've got pressure on the inside and the outside.
Well, I got a way that the next one will never delaminate. I'll use 3/32 instead of 2/16. One piece.
Oh, okay.
Look, this might be all right. It's all about weight.
Well, if you want it to be heavier, you can use southern sorghum.
I could just carve a solid one, but
We used to use that in RC, and it will add weight, a lot of weight to an airplane.
probably will do okay.
Well, guys, I have to exit early tonight, so I hope you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah, this one's going to be a short one. 'Cause
I'm going flying Sunday, so I'll bring out the sod buster, and if I can get the crossfire ready, I'll try to get that ready. I probably won't though, but
Remember, I'm looking for videos of Bill.
yep, I will. I know Sue has taken a lot of pictures. I don't know if she has any videos, and probably whatever day the funeral is, I'll talk to her that day, and
All right.
I'll ask her tomorrow when the arrangements are, rather than trying to, give her a chance to, catch her breath. All right, guys, have a good evening. See you
All
later.
right, Howard. Good night.
All right, take it easy, Howard.
Let's see. The canopy. Beautiful. Okay, so it needs to be how wide here? I got about 14 ounces of airplane right now. That's pretty good.
Is Daryl on vacation? Didn't you say he sent you a message from somewhere in the islands or something?
Yeah, he's in the Philippines.
Philippines, yeah.
Man, my nose is running tonight. Also dust.
Now, what Dennis have we got here? Picture of the plane sitting on the table. Oh, I see Dennis in the corner there. Hey, Dennis.
Turn on your mic, Dennis.
I think he's got his bandwidth up high too.
We can see him. The hangouts are starting to take hold.
That's good. Yeah, we're getting a different crowd, a few new people every night. That's great.
Dennis,
I can
let me hold on, everybody. Dennis, let me explain how to do this. Take your mouse arrow up to the top of the window. There'll be a little man with a plus, a microphone, and a camera. Make sure the microphone is turned on. And once you get that turned on, go over to the 4 bars that are going up. That's the adjust bandwidth. Adjust your bandwidth down, and you should come in smoother.
Mine works pretty good on medium, but it's probably different for everybody.
Oh yeah, depends on your internet connection. Dennis, if you can hear me, put a thumbs up. Okay. Are you having a camera problem? Put a thumbs up.
Just an audio problem.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Let me turn him up. Here. Dennis Nunes. His microphone is turned off.
Huh.
Okay. Go ahead and talk, Dennis. Yeah, you got a microphone problem.
Minnesota Mike says hi to me over on the YouTube side. Which one of us is he? Is that one of our regulars? He comments on my YouTube videos, but I'm not sure which Mike that is.
I have no idea who that is.
You might want to sign out, Dennis, and then sign back in.
That's a good idea. Yeah, just close Chrome and reopen it sometimes helps. Assuming you're on Chrome.
Hey, Sparky, you got a second?
Yeah.
Well, I was messing with the table saw and the sander, and I just go back and forth, left the sander on so I wouldn't have to keep turning it on and off. That's hard on them. Well, my wing vibrated over and got into the sander.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I'm not sure quite how to do this. So I'm going to show you. Oh.
Hold on. Let me get my camcorder.
Yeah.
Should I cut that section bay out and put a new sheet in there? Or come up from underneath of it?
I probably, all right, scanned all the way down there. I probably would cut a 2-inch square out of there, flush patch it, and put a reinforcing piece from the back side. And then at the leading edge, just put a little bit of filler in there and sand it smooth.
That's close.
On outboard side.
That's close to the tip, so there's not a lot of stress on it, like if it had been closer into the center. So you can probably fix it without worrying too much.
My phone was ringing, and I was trying to shut it off and pay attention to you at the same time, and didn't catch that.
I would probably cut a 2-inch square to cut that out, and then come up from the underside and glue a piece that's 2.5 inches square underneath, and then flush patch it from the top, and then finish it off with a little bit of filler at the leading edge.
Okay. So my first piece would be up underneath and CA it in place.
Right, but make sure you cut the hole first. Cut the patch first, so you can get the fit perfect.
That's what I'm trying to. Let's see here. I gotta move.
It doesn't have to be square. It doesn't have to be anything. Take a piece of wood, 16th, and lay it over the top. Tape it right over the top, and then cut the two pieces together, right through the first piece into the second piece, so that the first piece and the second piece are cut at the same time, and then it'll fit perfectly in the hole.
Okay.
Did you understand that?
Yeah. Let me get set up and get some wood located and get it drawled out, and then I'll ask you before I cut it. But I lost my pencil.
You don't need a pencil.
Not your charcoal pencil.
You did it the way I told you, it'll be an exact image. Doesn't matter if it was round, square, oblong.
Okay. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got my piece here. There's my hole. So I'm going to fit it right over this piece right here like that.
Right. Tape it. I would tape it.
This finger that's
right
moving up and down, this is where I cut, right on the edge of that rib.
No, just inside of that. You want it a little small, just a little bit larger than the hole itself. You want to cut the hole out of there, and you want to flush patch it, and then from underneath you're going to back it up.
I got you. I got you now.
You're going to back it up with a piece of wood from underneath.
I got you. Yep.
Hey, Tom,
Yep.
that's why you wouldn't answer your phone.
What's that?
That's why you wouldn't answer your phone. I tried calling you to find out how to get on, but I got it figured out.
All right.
All right.
Here's another one of them guys with a clean shop. Don't you work in there?
Well,
Hey, is that you, Rick?
that's me.
Sorry. Hey, guys, he was the one that was calling me on the telephone.
Oh, so you're the reason.
That's what I was going to do tonight, was try to clean a little bit.
I've known Rick for a while. How many years, Rick?
Everything but
Turn your bandwidth down.
Okay.
I think we lost Rick.
It's frozen.
who?
Are you back now?
Not unless he's a statue. No, he's moving.
You guys got to turn your bandwidth down if you live in the sticks.
Who's that, me?
Yeah, do you know how to turn your bandwidth down?
I don't have a clue.
You take the mouse and
I don't
the
have
arrow. Listen, take the arrow up to the top of the window. There'll be a bar, like 3 or 4 bars. Hover over that. That's your bandwidth adjustment, and turn it down 1 notch.
Say, I'm on an iPad.
Oh, that could be a problem. That could be a problem.
Seems like everyone that has an iPad's got problems.
No.
If you hover near the top of the screen, a bar should pop up with several controls. One of them looks like a cell phone signal bars or something, but that's actually your bandwidth control, and you can turn it down to medium or low, and it usually will clear up problems like this.
I don't see anything.
Well, I need to do a
Might be in
serious.
some kind of settings on there. It might be different, like a different. Oh God, I can't even think of it. The outlook of it might be different on the iPad than what it is on the.
It probably is, yeah. It looks like he turned his camera off now.
Well, I'm still here. I pushed something. I don't know how to go back.
Yeah, you
I don't
turn
know.
your cam off. You
He turns the
sound
camera off. Yeah.
you sound good.
Hang on.
Whatever you push it again.
Well, I'm trying to find it to go back to.
Oh, the sweet sound of sandpaper. Makes me think of Sparky.
Yeah. Always sanding. Bam. Yeah. Oh, I got a 13-gram turtleneck. That ain't too bad. I'm gonna put my big-titted lady in this one.
Did that work?
Yep. Your bandwidth is up pretty good. You got a lot of latency though.
That's the best it's been so far, though.
You live in Peoria, don't you, Rick?
Over Colchester, it's over by Macomb.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he lives close to me.
What am I looking for?
Man.
I don't want to take this canopy out of the package, but I think it fits okay.
And I just found a bag of Halloween candy I got to polish off.
Is it the old peanut butter red and black wrapped ones?
Oh, no, man. I wish I'd found those. Nah, this is just candy corn.
Yeah. Those are the best, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I don't even think they even have those anymore. I ain't seen them in forever.
It's getting harder to find them, but you can still get them.
Grown men talking about candy.
Rick, did you have a hard time getting on before or what?
Before. I've watched the Hangouts a few times, but I've never tried to get on before.
Buddy.
Here comes Dennis again. Hi, Dennis.
Yeah. No, you don't have it fixed yet. Not yet.
We got a pretty burned out group this night.
Your mic is turned off. Now it's on. Try it. Try to say something, Dennis. Now it's off.
Well, here's my Capri swing. It's in there. It's a little heavier than what I wanted.
How much?
Right now, in primer, 13 ounces.
That ain't bad. What size is it? What airplane is it?
Caprice.
Yeah, it won't be a 40-ounce airplane, but that ain't bad.
Well, I don't know. This is my first full fuselage build, and I got a lot of hollowing to do on the blocks.
Now can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Kind of mixed on what engine put in it. I've got an Aero Tiger ordered through Randy. I've also got a Rojet 40 motor mounts for both. Rojet's actually an ounce lighter.
Where are you from, Dennis?
California. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're out in California.
Central Valley. I live in Stockton.
Oh, that Dennis. Long time no see.
Well,
Oh, man.
I think this is going to be a nice airplane. Let's see what it weighs. Drop my firewall. What did this turn out? Yeah. $14. Stand up another one of these.
Yeah, next year I'm glad that hole happened at the top side of the wing. That's awesome.
Did you do it like I told you?
Well, here it is. What do you think?
Can't see it. Pick it up. Perfect. A little
Now,
putty
That
on
looks
there.
good.
can you see at the front of it? Can you see the gouge?
Yeah, put a little putty on it and sand it.
Boy, that's awful deep.
Put a little CA on it first. Harden it up with some
Okay.
thin set.
Gotcha. CA. There you go.
Looking good, Tom. Did you get your fuselage done?
Yeah, it's I'll be gluing it tomorrow.
You got the two halves together? You have the two halves glued together?
Yep.
Pretty stiff?
Yep. Yes, it's not going to completely stop it from twisting, but it's
Right.
a lot stronger than what it was.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
I knocked off a 1/4 ounce.
You got any super fill left?
Yep. I was checking it today to see if I need to order some.
Use the super fill on that.
I got
that
a
lock up.
huh?
Use the super fill on the leading edge there.
Yep. Yeah, that's the same super fill that you give me when I was down there. I still got enough of that probably to do hopefully 2 more airplanes. This one and another one. You use a little bit when you do the fillets. Ooh.
We have somebody else come on here or no?
I'm kind of in back and forth, Sparky. I'm working on this top head on this.
2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6. We got 6, 7 on tonight, so I didn't know how this would go over, but it seems like it's working.
How long does it take Elmer's wood glue to dry?
Overnight.
Overnight? That's what I thought. Well, everything I got so far, fuselage, flaps, wing, horizontal stab, vertical stab, rudder, I got 14.6. But I don't have my my push rod in my bell crank yet, and that's not counting the flap horn.
That's a profile?
Yeah,
What's the wingspan?
48.
Okay, this is my Nobler, 50-inch wingspan. The wing, flaps, rudder, elevator, stabilizer, fuselage, and the turtle deck. We have a, how to clear this out. Grams clear, 0. That'll make you sick.
What is
14
it?
and a quarter.
Holy jeebers.
And that's everything. I mean,
Yeah,
the only,
I'm at 14.6 now, and I'll have another 0.6 to add to it. So
that's with the belt crank, with the horns, with the push rod. I'm going to add the carbon push rod on here. So this will give the push rod weight. 14.65.
wow. Yeah, I'm probably going to be setting close to 15, probably. Well, 14.6, 15. I'm going to be over 15. I'm probably going to be close to 16.
Well, 16 ounces will get you under 40 ounces. But this is a 50-inch wing with 500 squares, and that's a 48-inch wing with probably 460 or 470 squares.
It's got, we remember me and you figured it up. It's setting at 548.
Oh,
No, it ain't 548. That's too much for a 48-inch wingspan.
Yeah, that's, counting the area of the flaps too.
Man, I'm gonna say 490. Fox tells me.
Let's see here. I'll figure it up again.
weight's not the most horrible thing. You got plenty of wing loading to carry it.
Well, what I did was I should have took out the oak ribs. I had a whole sheet of oak ribs. The laser wouldn't even cut all the way through the 16th. That's where I made my mistake. I should have just went and got me some balsa and recut them. Yeah, I'm setting at a 10-inch wing cord. Let's see here. Get my piece of paper.
What's the tip?
10-inch.
Stay in school.
That's 480.
Yep. And my flap is goes from a 1/2 inch to the tip and 2-inch on the inboard side.
490.
2 inches by, let's see. Let me figure it out here. 48 divided by 2 equals 24 times 2, 50 inches of flat plus 480.
Yep.
It's about,
530.
about 500, I guess.
Okay.
The hell?
Yeah, can you come out and play?
Yeah.
What in the world? Ah,
No, I'm not that kind of girl.
Rick, you must live in a solar-powered house.
Why?
All them batteries up there.
Let me look at it.
Aren't those batteries on that top shelf?
I'll be darned. I click on his picture.
No. No.
Yeah, I
those
can't
are,
even see his myself.
baskets.
Man, I click on his picture and I lose his. Oh, there it is.
Dennis, that's a couple of nice wings you got on that wall. Send them to me.
Hey, I
What's
see
that?
you waving, but you're.
That's a couple of nice wings you got on that wall. Send them to me.
Well, that's Dennis. I'm talking about Rick Bollinger. It looks to me like he's got batteries
Yeah,
on
those
the
are my
top.
crazy days.
No, those are baskets. Those blue ones?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah, that's tote.
those are baskets.
that's not.
What's all the wires attached to them up there?
Oh, well, this is, I put new lights in and I don't have this one.
Oh, it's a Mexican electrician job.
Yeah. No, I replaced the 4-foot fluorescent lights with 4-foot LEDs.
Oh.
Nice. Real nice.
Was this the wing you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fly
Yeah.
these anymore. They're too fast.
I'll give you $1 for each one.
No. Collector's item.
Are the LEDs brighter than the fluorescents?
A lot. Yeah, I got these at Menards. They had 3 different grades. This was the brightest. They are, matter of fact, I've got one right here. This is the box, Sparky. Got them at Menards, 4,800 lumens. They're $40 a set,
That's cheap.
and they give out a lot more light.
What I got is 4 light, recessed lighting in the ceiling with daylight bulbs in it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 daylight bulbs in here.
Yeah. Yeah, the old
I like to mix daylight bulbs with a couple of the soft white bulbs too. I think it gives a better spectrum. Those daylight bulbs are pretty blue.
I'm looking at the lighting in all the shops on here, and I think I got the best lighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm running on strictly
Yeah.
incandescent right now.
You don't see any glare from your lighting, Sparky.
And I am in a bedroom as well. Okay. Just saying, throwing that out there. Well, I can't say that either because you're in a freaking bedroom too.
Well, this used to be a bedroom.
Yeah.
Till the ceiling fell in.
Yeah, till the ceiling caved in.
Hey, I got back from Broken Arrow, and I had to put a new garage roof on my garage. So that was a fun thing to do.
Well, Steve off the forum put a new roof on my house. It's a PTO or TVO or some, I don't know, plastic, and it's all welded. It's all one piece. Super nice. No leaks.
Cool. Yeah, I had to take my sheeting off and go all the way down to the trusses.
It'll outlast me, so that's good. TPO. That's the name of that material. TPO.
Is that white?
And
White gray?
yeah, it's white.
Yeah.
I gotta go get me some more tea.
It's a white rubber with a plastic coating on top, and it's welded together.
Right. Yep, I know the system. They use it a lot on industrial buildings.
Yeah, this is a commercial roof on this.
Right. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm so happy there's no leaking going on.
Yeah.
How he found out I needed a roof was watching one of these videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now I got to build him an airplane.
That's a pretty good trade.
I don't know. I guess it took him about 4 days. It'll take me about 3 months to do build an airplane.
Yeah. But if you had to pay somebody to put that roof on your house, you're probably looking at $5,000 to $10,000.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
Hell, just a shingle roof now is going to cost the guy $5,000.
Cost me $2,500 for the back shingles in the back, and Steve told me that I got ripped off.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you don't know what you're doing. I'm a mechanic. I'm not a roofer. I don't know anything about. It's like plumbing. I'm a mechanic. I don't know shit about that. It costs what it costs.
And the cheapest is not always the best.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Thomas.
Yeah.
Bam.
Huh?
Got it all back together, man.
Oh, well, yeah, we do.
Oh,
I see Agent Mo's on, and I'm going to come back with epoxy to fill in the gaps. And once all of that is completely dry, I'm going to do the whole biscuit thingamajiggy into it, probably.
is that the same plane that you broke the propeller on?
Yeah.
Well, just glue it back together and go and fly it, because I don't think it's going to last too long.
No, probably not. But
Oh boy.
Where do you live?
Louisiana.
Yeah, too far to. I got a couple airplanes I could give you, but
Tell me that.
Yeah, Jamie, you'd have to drive up there and get them.
Yeah. Road
Tom,
trip.
did you fly that chipmunk I gave you?
Yeah, sure did.
It's a little
Boy, oh
heavy.
boy. I need to let some people fly it, because it is. I need to weigh it, see where everything's at. But to me, it's like real nose heavy. I mean, I went to pull in the up position, and man, it like didn't go. I don't know if the controls are adjusted in a way that are real less sensitive, and I'm not used to it.
No, those are real fast controls, so you got a lot of weight up there. Wrap some solder around the tail wheel.
Well, I did. That's the one I put that 3/4 inch extension from Jim Lee on, and that set my movement of my engine back 3/4 of an inch. And that's where my holes lined up. That was in there. But I don't know what was in there, so I don't know how much it weighed.
Super Tiger 46.
Super Tiger, how much does it weigh? I mean, I don't know how much more that the LA 46 weighs.
Super Tiger 46 by itself with no muffler weighs 9 ounces.
9 ounces. Well, this engine here, I don't have it's a LA 40. It doesn't have a glow plug, doesn't have a Venturi. And I'm up at 9.2, but I also got a cut off, prop on it.
What muffler did you put on it?
A tongue.
The
tongue was real light.
Should be a close weight comparison. It shouldn't be that far out.
So I thought, well, I need someone that has a little more experience in flying and, flying an airplane, because all it might be is just, it might be set up the sensitivity. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm not sure.
Well, that airplane, it looks like, it's not a good looking airplane, but that's the last airplane Tom Warden built before he died.
Wow. Hey, do you know that airplane? It was tan color. It wasn't tan color. It was champagne color. It had tons of nicotine on it. I polished that thing up, and man, yeah. If I wasn't too lazy right now and it wasn't too cold, I'd go get it out in the garage. I'll have to show you sometime. The paint looks pretty darn good. And it needs to be repainted for sure. But I think it looks a lot better. I mean, it's real smooth to the touch now. It's real nice and slick smooth.
I never flew that airplane.
St. Louis and fly down there. When I see you guys down there, we don't have much room for 2 guys flying, in the truck. The planes take up space pretty quick.
I paid $300 for that airplane, and basically what I wanted out of it was the engine.
Well,
Who built that airplane? You say?
What's that?
Who built that airplane?
Tom Warden.
That ship?
I can't remember what it weighed. I think it weighed like 63. I'm thinking.
It was 60 ounces with a Super Tiger in it.
Yeah. But I can't remember how much it weighed.
Which is 10 ounces too much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that patch job you did there on your wing is called a flush patch.
Flush patch.
Yeah. You backed it up from underneath, right?
Nope.
I would.
Well, can't get to it.
You can't slide a piece of wood underneath it above the weight box?
Well, my fingers are so big. Well, yeah, I guess I could make it a little larger than the patch, right?
Yeah.
I think I could come in through the other tip, the tip hole here, and put some drops of. Yeah, I could get CA on there.
I mean, it would probably be all right once you get covered. You're gonna dope that way?
Yeah, I'm just plain. I'm not messing around with any damn paint shit and things. I'm doing dope.
Well, then you got some carbon veil?
Yep.
Just put some carbon veil over the top of it and some dope and it'll be fine.
The carbon veil, and then when I put my silk span on, it'll go right over the top of it, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's something to reinforce it.
It's out close to the tip, so there's not like there's a lot of stress on it anyway.
Except for somebody picking it up and putting their thumb through it.
Well, yeah, that.
There's
But the carbon veil and dope should lock it up pretty good. Are you super filling it now?
Yep.
I would have waited, but oh well.
How come?
I hope you'll understand this, but superfill is harder than balsa wood. And what you want to do is you want to make the balsa wood hard in that area so that when you transition, when you're sanding from one to the other, it blends. Otherwise, you're going to dig into the wood.
Okay, what should I do?
Scrape all the superfill off, paint that area with clear dope, put the carbon veil on it, let it harden up so that that whole area is hard, then put the superfill on.
Okay.
You move too fast. Superfill is something you want to do in the last stages.
Okay. I got some superfill here. Anyone mixed up? Anyone need any?
Yeah, I'll take 3 gallons.
Yeah, pass it over here.
Yeah. Don't mess up the rotation.
Well, I didn't mix up a lot. It was just a little daub, but that's why I'm on here. I've been waiting all day to figure out how to fix this thing.
Oh,
Right. I'm glad I come down here with no paper towels. Perfect.
Do your shirt.
yeah, you make me proud.
Yeah.
Wipe it on your pants.
Here we go.
Use your skivvies.
No way.
Too cold. Too cold.
I've sacrificed t-shirts before.
Yeah, I have too in my days.
Sacrifice socks, but that's when you're 25 foot up in a climbing stand, and well, you know, you don't want to climb down.
I've got a little XP powered laptop with about a 6-inch screen. It's an Acer, and wonder if I took that out to the shop if it would work for the hangout over Wi-Fi, which would be about 150 feet from the router. Might have to try that and see.
Well, it's a netbook. If it has a camera, no reason why it shouldn't.
It does.
Oh, you might. Yeah, it should. I mean, and look at it this way: if it doesn't, just get a network adapter.
Yeah, That's true. I might try that because I'm getting tired of sitting here in my living room watching y'all work and me not doing anything. So I might try to set that up in the shop tomorrow.
I
Feel like
drag,
a lazy man at work with a guilty conscience.
Yeah.
drag the shop inside where it's comfortable.
Now, I don't think the shop would fit inside. It's a big old building.
Hey, Rusty, there's some nights, man, where I don't feel like working, you know?
Yeah, like if I were you, I'd be sitting there with a bottle of bourbon and getting toasted.
Yeah, them days are over for me, bro.
Or a nice Chardonnay.
I got tired of drinking. I hardly ever drink anymore. I just got tired of it. It didn't make me feel like it was supposed to anymore. And I got tired of getting hangovers, and I just kind of gradually tapered off to where now I don't drink anymore.
Yep, that's what happened to me. But I woke up at 4:30 in the morning in ICU.
Oh,
Didn't know how in the hell I got there. I tripped over my feet and fell face first down on the concrete.
ah,
Broke my eye socket. Got a concussion. And oh yeah, I was swelled up all the way behind my ear for a week. And I don't know what it was, but it must have just smacked the crap out of it because I don't even crave any alcohol. I can't stand the smell of alcohol now. Isn't that weird?
yeah.
It only takes one thing to make a change.
Well, subconsciously it did something to him because I can't stand alcohol.
That's probably a good thing.
Oh yeah.
Now, me on the other hand, I happen to like alcohol, but then again, I don't drink that often. So,
Well, that's good.
I mean, I got wild turkey in the refrigerator, and I got beer and whatnot, and I rarely ever. I got to be in the mood. And when I am in the mood, it's not to get plastered. It's just
Heck, I got,
kind of like a wind down.
I've got airplanes here now. Hell, I was drinking all my airplanes for a while, for many years.
I can't do the things I like to do when I got an alcohol buzz on. So,
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
that's
be in
right.
an airplane while
I
I'm.
can't do that.
I shut my fingers off. So, Sparky,
Yeah.
what do you think? The Roadjet 40 or the Air Tiger 36 on the Breeze?
Probably the 36.
The 36? I drilled the motor mounts for both. I've got the 40. I got an Aero Tiger 36 coming from Randy, but he didn't know when it was going to be here.
Both good motors, but I think I'd probably go with the 36.
Yeah, the 36 is a full ounce heavier.
I'm gonna have a Sparky moment. Who cares about weight? Put the damn motor on it and go fly it.
Throw a Fox 35 on it and go, right?
Yeah, screw it. Just don't forget your caster.
Anybody that knows me knows that I didn't say that.
Sounds more like me.
Weight is everything.
Right. Oh, your crankshaft broke in half off, man. Throw some fuel in it and fly it.
Yeah, I got the hole fixed to my wing now. I ain't worried about it now, and now I can just sit here and relax and just sand.
Sandpaper therapy.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's just like mowing the yard.
You're gonna have to steam this flap. Steaming is the last thing you do. I'll steam it after I finish it.
What's that?
Got a piece of wood for a flap that corkscrewed.
It works.
Come on, you stupid ass.
You guys take a
Hey,
break on
who's
the
that,
bench.
Charles?
Hey, what's up, Rusty?
Mike, how you doing, Charles?
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Hey, long time no see.
Yeah.
I know I've been busy.
Really?
Too.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, good thing I actually finished my Strega. Finally, I've been flying it this week.
Oh, but darn. Oh, that's a big
Yeah.
thing.
The Strega?
Strega.
Strega.
Very good.
Strega!
Strega. It's right behind me.
Must be done.
Let me see if I can kind of give you a shot of it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll put you on my screen to see this.
I'm gonna walk out in a thong and do a little dance.
Don't ruin it.
Oh, my.
Well,
That doesn't sound like a good picture.
Trying to get in there. It's kind of hard. It's a big plane.
Yes, it is. Looks nice.
Thank you.
I can't see what's in the cockpit, but it looks like there's someone in there.
Are you familiar with Finn from Star Wars?
Yep.
Yes, Finn.
Is he Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No. Finn's the new guy in Star Wars.
The new Star Wars.
Yeah, the new movie, The Awakening.
Oh,
It's Finn. So
okay.
yeah, I'll get some better pictures on the forum later on.
Great.
Looks nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, for my my P40, I wanted something like a skull or something, and I went through the kids department, little toys, and I found me a Walking Dead.
All right.
You know, the Walking Dead.
Right.
There was some zombies in there, you know, so I was going to put that in my P40, but it was too wrong of a scale. It was really small.
You need
that
to find
that was my third Finn. They're all were too big earlier.
Thomas. You need to find an action figure of a fat guy with a pilot's cap on, so you could do the whole Belushi thing.
1941.
Yep.
Is that too much light?
No,
No.
no, that's good.
That's perfect.
All right.
Hey, Charles. This
Yeah.
is Dennis from
Hey,
California.
Dennis.
No,
Yeah,
you're
I
pilot.
noticed in Golden State. What happened?
You know what? My wife got ill, and finances honestly were just so tight. I just couldn't go there. And then with her being sick too, I just wasn't worth it. I mean, I wanted to. Believe me, I really think I really would have been some competition for some guys to tangle with at the state, but hopefully next year.
Well, you would have loved the 20-mile-an-hour winds.
I know, Dennis. Well, it was windy last year. I think it was more this year, but it was windy last year. Remember?
Yeah, it was windier this year.
Yes, that's what I heard. So I'm glad in hindsight, I didn't go. But congratulations, Dennis, for your win.
Thank you.
Very good. That's a tough contest. It's no joke. You must have done really well to beat everybody out.
What contest is that?
Golden State Championships, I think.
In California, it's the Golden State Stunt Championship.
Oh, yeah.
And it's well represented from the north, even Oregon and Washington. They come down and tangle with us, and then the north against the south in California. And
You beat out Brett Buck and Dennis and Fitzgerald.
yeah, we have those guys come, but they're an expert. I'm still in advance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a great turnout. I mean, it's amazing. You get all those guys. It's almost like the Nats because you have Paul Walker and Howard Rush, Brett Buck, Chris Cox, and then there's a lot of other people I'm not even mentioning that are also.
I think Chris Rudd went to that too, didn't he?
Who?
Chris Rudd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was there.
Was he there?
Yeah,
He wasn't there last year, but he was there this year. That's cool.
he was there this year.
Yeah, so it's well represented. And last year we had the world team there. We had, in addition to what I mentioned, we had Orestes Hernandez, who was there last year. So that's a great turnout. And like you said, I'm not mentioning all the other people that are still very good pilots that just not national champions, but we have a lot of former and current national champions that come to this contest. It's really good.
That'd be a fun one to go to, I'd think, just to watch.
Yes, and the facilities are nice. It's at an airport, and so it's not even used. So the asphalt is pristine. You couldn't ask for a better surface to fly off of.
You
How
can
far
ask,
are you from Grass Valley or Smartsville?
I didn't quite understand the question.
How far is Madeira from Smartsville, Grass Valley area?
Do you know, Dennis?
Yeah, it's probably about 120 miles.
Oh, that's not bad. I've got a cousin that lives in Smartsville.
Oh, good. That'd be a good excuse. You can go visit him and go to the contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might-
Because my drive is a 6-hour drive from where I live.
Oh, gee. That's a long drive.
Yeah, it is. It is. And one time, actually last year, there was a detour, and it was actually turned out to be a 10-hour drive.
Oh Lord. That was a hell of a detour.
Not like fun at all.
Yeah, it was no fun at all. They marked the detour, but then they didn't mark to get back on track, you know? So I kept going and kept going, looking for a sign. And by the time I stopped and asked for directions, the guy said, "Oh, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you need to go back. You go back where you came from and then go across and then go back up."
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was terrible. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it was terrible because I won last year, so I was excited.
That part's worth it. That drive.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very, very excited, and it was, I don't normally fly and win. I normally, when I'm practicing, which I've changed my habit, but normally my routine is when the wind came up, I would just pack up and go home. I figure it's not a contest. No sense. I put my plane at risk. So at the contest, I just wasn't prepared for. It was in the teens, and then the wind gusts were 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts last year. And there were barricades being blown over. It was it actually scared me. I was so scared. So me to overcome my fear was more of a victory than the actual first place.
Yeah.
I don't want to fly in those kind of conditions either.
Yeah. So now when the wind comes up, I kind of stick around and kind of deal with it, so I can at least find out how aggressive the plane flies in the wind. Because the plane I flew last year, it was heavy, but it wasn't as big as this plane. And it was a top flight score, and it was 76 ounces, and it had a Super Tiger 51, a Randy Smith motor. And when the wind was pushing it, it just got extremely aggressive.
It really accelerates in those down legs too.
Yeah,
boy.
it's just unbelievable. I just timed it. You could not really just fly it. You had to just time it. And that's how I was able to beat everybody out.
Wow.
Good work.
I had a guy from Utah. Guy from Utah tried to get in my head. I was like, after the first round, I was the lead. And I said, "Are you going to fly in the second round? Are you going to fly in this wind?" And this guy goes, "What wind?" And I was like, "Oh, he's just trying to get into my head. Okay, I get it."
Is your wife okay?
Yeah, she's you know what? I hate to make this all about my wife, but she did okay, but then last week Thursday I took her to the ER and then did an emergency surgery. She had a perforation in her stomach, and they did emergency surgery. She stayed in the hospital for 5 days, so we missed Christmas. So now we're just trying to gather ourselves and get the gifts and probably do Christmas tomorrow. But the good news is she's here amongst the living, and I'm very blessed and fortunate to still have her.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you thinking about going up to the Northwest Regionals up in Oregon?
You know, I really do want to, but I don't think I'm going to do that this year. I'm actually trying to put all my nickels together, and I'd like to go to the Nats. So I'm going to forego a lot of contests and hope that I can go to the Nationals and compete in advance. So
good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm fortunate and blessed to go.
Well, we do. We'll see you there.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
You're advanced, so you're a long ways for me. I'm still a beginner, so, but after the beginners is over, I think the next day is appearance judging, and then after that, then you guys start flying. So it'll be Tuesday. I'll be over there to the L-pad. All
right. Well, I look forward to hopefully being there. God willing, I'm hoping to be there. Yeah. Hey, Sparky, speaking of the Nats, if I don't finish my Thunder Gazer, can you fly a ARF at the Nats, or is it really you have to have built your own plane to fly there?
Can who?
Like in advance. Can you fly at an ARF in advance?
Yeah, you just won't get any appearance points.
Well, I'm used to that.
I can't fly an ARF, but you can.
Right, open, you can't fly an ARF, right?
No. Nope.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure. I have a Thunder Gazer kit that I hope to start on, so I might have that done by July. Who knows? But this Strega will probably the one I'll compete with unless I finish the Thunder Gazer.
Unless you build like me, you better get after it.
Yeah, I know. And I don't build like you. You know how slow I am. This ARF took many weeks.
Over there, it hasn't moved.
Oh, the T-Rex?
Yeah.
Yeah, the orange one. Yeah, I that's an electric plane that Walter Hicks gave me, and I just got some electric components. I need some batteries, and then I just cover that hole, and it'll be ready to go.
I built me their snowblower in 5 days so far.
Yeah, I know you're incredibly fast, but you also work at it. You know, what, 10 hours a day or so?
Sometimes more than that.
Yeah, so it's with my wife and kids, and but I know you do the forum, you do the gun hanger. I mean, you're busy. You obviously manage your time well.
Charles, did you say you just got the Strega done?
Yeah, I just flew it for the first time this Tuesday. So I've flown it. I have 9 flights on it, and it shows tremendous promise. I am so pleased because I'm thinking it's going to probably end up being the same weight as my score was, but with a Stalker 81, a thicker airfoil, and probably a better airframe.
Well, weren't you supposed to have that finished?
Dennis, you broke up. I didn't get what you said.
Weren't you going to finish that Strega for Golden State?
Yeah, I was. Life got in the way, and then once I saw I wasn't going to go to Golden State, I just slowed down. I didn't have any incentive to rush, so I took my time and really in my opinion, I did a really nice job. I mean, I think if you used to see the Strega in person, you would think it was a kit. You wouldn't even think it was an ARF. There's no. I hit all the seams, and I took my time and just did a really, in my opinion, I did the best job I could possibly do.
That's all you can do.
Yeah. So.
Sparky, do you know what the requirements are to go from intermediate to advanced?
Yeah, sign up for advanced.
I mean, is there any requirements as far as, so many, you have to qualify for that, or you just sign up?
Just sign up.
Yeah, it's a
Advanced-
personal decision.
Beginner, advanced, and intermediate are not really they're a sanctioned event, but they're not an official event. So you just sign up.
A lot of local contests around here, they won't have that, maybe 1 or 2 intermediates, and they'll have 8 or 10 guys flying advanced, so you'll just go fly with them. Everything's
Right.
the same.
Or if you get comments like what happened with me, I got comments like sandbagger, trophy hound, all kind of things like that. In fun. But after you get your full of it, you realize you probably should move up to advance.
That'd be a long time coming for me, I'm sure.
I was told by another guy there's kind of a gentleman's agreement, kind of like when you're an intermediate and when you start consistently scoring over 400, is that you should probably go into advance, but you don't have to. It's a personal decision.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I just opted because here in Southern California there was only a couple guys flying in intermediate, and there were more people flying in advance. So I just I won most of the contests here in Southern California already. So it was time to move up to advance.
Yeah, that happened to me too this year. I've got to get moved up, but I think I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I really need to fly consistent and learn to fly on a good plane. So I think I might stay a beginner again, but I don't know.
I think you should stay in beginner this year, Tom, through the nationals anyway. Then you get back up to Broken Arrow if you want to fly intermediate.
Yeah, I don't even. I got to learn the pattern, So yeah, I'd have to do that. I mean, like last year that worked out pretty good. Where Saturday I flew I flew intermediate, but told the judges these are the only patterns I'm going to be able to do.
Right.
I did do that inverted, going 6 laps,
Yeah.
and I did do that, and yeah, that got me dizzy. Wasn't used going the opposite direction, for a long period of time. But yeah, just right when I was like, oh man, this is the last lap. Thank God, and I got it right side up. I was like, oh, okay. Chilled out a little bit, go around 2 times, like, oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
At that same contest, I flew intermediate, and they scored me over 500. And I
Whoa.
was flying intermediate this year. I was like, there's no way.
Wow, 500 intermediate. That's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I just flew intermediate at the Nationals this year, and I played. I don't even remember if I did, you know, and I think that's about where I'm at. So.
It's hard to go by your scores at local club events and compare it to what you would be flying against at something big like the Nets too. For instance, I mean, I fly mid 400s to mid to low 400s, you know, 430 to 455 in intermediate here. Yes, but I have no illusions that I would go out to the Nets and probably fly 300 and something the way they probably judge out there.
Well, I'd love to get up to 300. So far, my highest score ever has been 236.
But for
Well, in beginner, that's pretty damn okay.
Oh, well, I'd like to get up to, I'd like to get 260, you know, 250 to, you know, 260 is where I'd like to be.
Well, that's where it starts, in your head. You know, when you want to do something, you first got to just believe it and see it like you want. Like I said, you want to do 260. You keep doing that, and you keep pursuing it, and you'll get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was there this last time, I had that. I believed it. I was going to win it. And I told, you know, I had my pick guy, man, and I waved off my plane like this, and he lets go, and it goes nose over right in the dirt. Blah.
Ah.
Was that was a substitute pit guy? Didn't you say that the other day?
Yeah, it was embarrassing and you know, all kinds of emotions all at once.
I always have a talk with my pit guy if he's not pitted for me before, because some of them will make the plane do some strange things on.
It wasn't anything he did. It was my wheel pants.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, the day before we was on another grass circle.
They dug in. Yeah.
You know, every time on takeoff, I could see them old landing gear just bouncing all over the place before it took off. You know, but no problem. But on that other circle, no. I did that twice. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't help the confidence a whole lot.
No.
And everybody was watching me to see what my demeanor was. You know, I was walking off and walking around.
Kind of hard to keep a good attitude with that.
You know, I just had this mean look on my. Huh?
Cussing, throwing airplanes.
Yep. People was moving the chairs back.
So was the grass high or what?
On that circle, it was the contour of the ground was a little bit different. Right where, you know, right where we was launching, we had wind. So there wasn't an area, you know, it was like between 5 o'clock position and 8 o'clock position. And that was where you had, because of the wind, you know, you could fudge it a little bit, but it was like on that side there, it was rough. It was bad ground. You know?
Right. Well, you know, if I can make a suggestion, you might want to just put your plane on its nose and see if it stays there, but it should gradually fall down. The tail should drop down.
It stays up. The tail just goes pink.
Yeah, then your landing gear, you need to bend your landing gear forward.
Huh?
You need to bend your landing gear forward.
Oh, I thought you was talking about nose weight.
No, I'm talking about if you put your plane on its nose, its tail should fall down.
Yep.
If it doesn't, you need to bend your landing gear forward till the tail falls down.
Yep, that was fine.
Take off, it won't tip over.
Right,
Yeah.
that was
You should
fine.
at least be able to see the axles when you stand and look straight over the wing. and maybe even a little more wheel than that.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's them wheel pants that was doing it. I busted them things off. I couldn't get them off fast enough. Yeah. Boy, that was a nice looking airplane. Well, don't have wheel pants on it now.
I hope to put some wheel pans on my Strega. I might do that later on, hopefully.
In May, I was flying an ARF Cardinal, and on my first official flight, I made kind of a hard landing on the pavement and didn't realize I had splayed my landing gear out, so I didn't have any prop clearance. And on my second flight, my prop clipped the ground, and I finally got it up in the air and actually made a 30-point takeoff. Once I got the plane down, the prop was an inch shorter. But I couldn't tell any difference in the run. It ran fine. It was an APC. It just trimmed it down to size a little bit.
Wow.
Made a horrible noise, but it took off, and they didn't deduct for some reason, because I mean, a 30-point takeoff ain't a bad takeoff for me.
No.
I just want to be able to land without breaking something.
Landing's been my nemesis. Landing's been my nemesis until I got the twister, and I've finally began to be able to grease them in pretty good. And I was hoping I was just getting better, but I went back to the Cardinal and flew it, and bang-de, bang-de, boing-de, boing, there she goes again. So I guess the twister is just a good landing plane.
Yeah, sometimes it's your landing gear position that makes a big difference as far as landing.
What position? What'd you say?
I'm saying you got to find the right position for your landing gear to be in.
Yeah.
That's a trim issue.
Yeah.
Like my Nobler that I have, I flew that in competition. That plane, I had to be very careful landing it, where my score was automatic, and this Strega, it is automatic. The Strega actually, when the motor cuts off, I mean, it just glides, and I could just grease it in. It's almost automatic. I can't wait to
let it land itself.
It does.
Yeah.
And I have a friend who has a Brodak P40. And that's automatic also. It's just, you know, that they did the landing gear just right. And sometimes you got to fine tune it per your plane, you know. But
those P40
I've
I've watched several people fly those P40 ARFs, and they are great flying airplanes.
Yeah.
You would think with that big wide fuselage, the wind would give it hell, especially up top, but they fly great.
Yeah, I have a friend that I'm helping, and he let me fly his to kind of make sure it was, you know, it's kind of working right before he flew it. And I was really impressed with it. And as a side note, I just like the silhouette. I thought it was just it actually looks like a real airplane.
Yeah.
So many of my stunt ships look more like a fantasy airplane, but the P40, the silhouette from the handle, looking at it, it's like, this thing looks like a real plane. It's really a pleasant experience flying it.
My buddy Wayne had to paint invasion stripes on his so he could see it against the trees, because it's green and it disappeared into the trees. So he put the stripes on it, and then he can see it better.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to hear something funny about trees?
Sure. I love funny stories about trees.
I go to this flying event, and someone's got a Walmart bag on a fence post, and that was a windsock.
Okay.
Well, hell, I couldn't see that, but I made my own windsock. I took putting up a 5-man tent, and you put them poles together.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and I made stakes with it, adjustable to, cords, so it's up there nice and straight. I got a pivot on the top. I got a streamer. Well, you know what I used for a streamer? A camouflage tarp.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so flying around in a circle, and I'm trying to look at this wind vane, and it blends right in with the trees.
It didn't do you much good.
I couldn't believe that I used camouflage streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're not using it anymore, right?
No, I painted it white.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to see it every time you come around.
Yeah, you.
But when if you put it near the trees, it doesn't mean anything because twisters come through those trees and the wind can be going in any direction at any given time. And so, you know, I try to get it out in clean air.
Yeah,
But, yeah, I hate flying when the wind's coming through trees. They're
That
just
was,
all bets are off.
Oak
What's
City.
going to happen?
What happened there?
Yeah, flying through them trees there with the shadow and everything, that is different. Wind.
The Ringmaster is yellow, and I have problems seeing it in the trees.
And when you get up over the tops of the trees, you find out what the wind's really doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Doing a wing over or overhead 8 or something. I've lost a couple of planes from turning too early in the overhead 8. And early, instead of flying behind yourself, you turn when you're 90 degrees straight over.
Right.
Well, you've just put the plane into a crosswind, and that's the best way to slack line, lose it. And that's the way I lost my Oriental.
Oh,
Oh boy.
And I always think I'm flying behind myself, but my coach says, no, Rusty, you need to go farther, farther, farther back, fly on back. And it feels like I am, but I'm apparently not. And overhead 8s have been a problem for me for a long time.
me too.
Yeah, I broke my back a couple years ago, and so the overhead 8 is kind of challenging for me too, just to bend over.
Oh, I bet it
Get
is.
behind me.
Yeah. Well, I've got arthritis in my neck that pinches nerves. So if I look too far back, my body goes dead. And that ain't a good thing.
Not a good thing.
I can see that now. Rusty doing the overhead 8. All of a sudden, he just
Collapse. I just about did one day. It felt like I was being electrocuted. And you know, being a little careful about that.
He looks up in the overhead 8. His body goes limp. You run up to him, and he's sitting there giggling like a kid.
Yeah.
Now, is that why you lost the handle that one time? You said you
No,
okay.
no, my hand wasn't going numb that day, but I think it was slipping out, and I just didn't notice it. But it was a really windy day, and I was trying to get the top loop of the vertical 8 the right size. I kept pulling it too tight, so I just did it over and over and over again. Finally got it right and flew out of it. And I think I was just fingertipping it too much. And after I pulled out, it just slipped out of my fingers. And it was hanging on the lanyard. That's when I learned how tight that plane would really turn. I had no idea that plane would turn that tight. And the loops didn't grow. It just sat there and did loops until I reached out with my left hand and grabbed the handle. But putting it back in my hand upside down was the downfall, so to speak, of the whole thing. You'd think I'd be good enough to compensate for that by now. It still just kills me that I let that plane crash, but I was up and down, roller coastered for a minute, and then hit the ground.
Do you get real nervous when you guys fly? When you go out there that circle, you just shaking?
I used to get nervous before I flew until the plane started rolling, and then I just mellow out completely. And now I don't really so much. If I'm at a contest, I worry about things like whether my equipment's going to work right and all that. And I might get uptight about that. But then again, once the plane starts rolling, I just go mellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there for a while, I was like going around in the circle going, okay, that's 1 lap. That's 2 lap. That's 3 lap. Boy, I hope I get this right, this next maneuver. Uh-oh. What lap am I on?
Yeah. Or the thing is, when you're just starting out, if something happens that distracts you, like a big bounce or you know, a correction from the wind or something, then all of a sudden you forgot what you just did.
Yep.
And what's next? I actually was lucky. For some reason, I fell right into it, understood how the pattern puzzle fit together, and never did have much trouble remembering it. But some people need a collar and some people don't, so that's okay. And you're perfectly welcome to have a collar out there with you if you want one.
Yeah, I'd like to get me a headset with the Bluetooth on it with 100% noise reduction.
Or a guy kneeling down out there next to you.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
If I tried to read something that I had taped to my wrist, I'd wreck the plane. Because I still have to look at the plane when I fly. I'm getting better about it, and I practice flying without looking at it, but I can't go long periods of time without looking at the plane.
You know, when I practice like it's a contest. You know, I signal the judge. I signal the judge, and I do it's like muscle memory. I do the same thing every time. So when I get to the contest, you know, I'm pretty much working off just automatic, you know, and I am nervous, don't get me wrong, but it's just like the practice, you just kind of fall into your routine.
Yeah, if I've had a layoff, I will dry fly in the house without a plane, just turning circles and going through the motions too, just to get it back in my head.
I hope you can close the curtains when you do that.
Yeah, I don't want anybody watching me do that.
Well, I
fall over the footstool or something, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah. In my house, I'm flying the pattern with my fingers all the time. It's always on my mind.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah, and when I'm driving around, when I see beautiful fleet fields, I'm thinking that'd be a perfect place to fly.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
yeah, I see places. I say, damn, I wish I lived there. You know, it's a big old
Exactly.
field outside.
Where you go to the store and walking around in aisles, you go, ooh,
That'd make a great canopy.
that might work right there.
Oh yeah. I'm always
Especially when I was in cafe and improvising everything I did. I was always on the lookout for little bits and pieces I could turn into an airplane part.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Modelers are incredible people. We figure out so much cool stuff.
Yeah, I know, man. We're MacGyvers.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
I've had to be a MacGyver pretty near all my life with the profession I do. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm used to it all the time.
You know, matter of fact, thinking of that, I just recently, you know, I've been trying to find my 5-ounce syringe just broke, you know, and most of the hobby stores want one syringe for like, you know, $12, $13. And there was this Calvet veterinary supply. I got 2 of them coming to me, and a total, including shipping, was like $18. So, you know, from now on, I'm going to forego the hobby stores and just buy at a veterinary supply.
I had my doctor write me a prescription for a box of, I think it was 24 syringes with needles. And so that was convenient, and it costed me about, I think, $6 for the box of them.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's aluminum, all made aluminum. It comes out. Boy, it's got a needle in it. It's really great. I love
How
it.
many ounces is that?
This is probably a ½ ounce.
Yeah, I need 5-ounce syringes.
I do too for my fueling, but for
Oh,
other
you're talking about
purposes,
fueling?
I like to go to Walmart to the grill section, and they sell turkey basting syringes with a metal tip for 88 cents a piece, and they're 2 ounces, and they're So I just pick up a couple every time I go. I got a whole drawer full of those, and they come in handy for all kinds of stuff. And the tip fits fuel line too.
Wow.
But I usually use those orange barbed tips that are made for lure lock syringes. They screw into the tip of the syringe. I get them from TexasTimers.com.
Yeah.
And they fit the fuel line pretty well.
I've got my syringe. It's probably, it's what, 10 ounces, I think. And it's got, I have out in my shop, I have every size of SAE and metric O-ring kit.
Right.
And all I have to do is just take that O-ring off and put a new O-ring on, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, you are. Good idea.
Yeah, I need to replace the O-ring on mine. I bought it from Jim Lee. It's got a metal plunger.
Yeah, that's the one I bought.
That's a nice syringe. That's a nice syringe. I have a regular monojet syringe, but I have the part from Carl Swoop, I think it was, who passed away. He used to make a real nice end. I think that's where I bought it from. Carl Shoop, I think it was.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It has an O-ring also, so you can replace it. But the the syringe itself, the chassis, the tip breaks off after a year and a half.
That sucks. I like to buy things that last a lot longer.
Yeah. Hey Dennis, what are you building there? Is that a Pathfinder or a primary force?
What's that?
What is that you're building?
It's just a scratch built profile.
Wow, looks nice.
It's a 56-inch wingspan. It's got a LA 46.
Looks good. Kind of reminds me of a primary force in a way.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, with that forward canopy sort of. I love the primary force shape.
It's really a mimic of the Circulus that I fly, the full body stunner that I use down in Golden State.
Right. So what did you fly at Golden State this year when you won?
Same plane as last year.
The orange one?
No. It's a white one.
White and orange? Wasn't it white and orange?
White with red and black trim.
Okay. Now the year before, didn't you have a white and orange plane?
No, I dressed in white and orange.
That's what it was. Okay.
Dennis, what's your last name?
Nunez, N-U-N-E-S.
Dennis Nunez. Okay, I am familiar with your name and posts, I guess, on the stunt hanger.
Yeah, I haven't posted that much out there.
Yeah, there's a whole lot more people that just read and don't post. My best friend and flying buddy has been a member for years and never posted a single post.
Screw that, I get bored. Even I just post a smiley face. I gotta post something.
I post all of my flight reports and build threads on coxengineforum.com. That's a crossover group. There's a lot of people from Stunt Hanger there, and there's a lot of half-A people there. And but we talk about all different kinds of planes. It's not just because of the name. It's not just Cox stuff. But that's a pretty fun group.
In fact, on the forum I was following, I've been needing some spools for my lines. And one guy talked about using these kite reels.
Yeah, I've been reading that thread too.
Yeah, well, I bought some. And
I bought one too.
And these are slick. I wish I had these when I flew kites.
Yeah,
I want to go back and fly kites again. Yeah. But
I haven't had a chance to modify mine yet, but I think it looks pretty neat.
yeah, it's simple to do. It really is. And again, I haven't had a chance to put it into practice yet, but I really like the way it came together.
What is that?
So you can hold your fingers through it like that and then wind that crank to spool the line
you
in.
just crank it.
Yeah, excellent. That's
And
pretty
then the handle actually folds up so it locks into place.
What kind of reel is that?
What's that?
It's a kite line reel.
Kite line?
Yeah.
In fact, I got them on eBay. Was it $3.50?
Oh, wow.
And what it has, one of the big modifications that you make is this bracket. I don't know if you can see. This goes on there and it has the eyelet for the kite line to fly into. Well, you just cut that off.
Okay.
And then I drilled, you carve you a slide your lines in, and then I made a little hook, the hook lines, and then you start reeling them on up. Somebody had they just made a little wood plug. And so you get your lines in there and just pop it on there and it holds them in place.
Oh, wow.
But it is very, very smooth. I was surprised. When got them, the bearings were dry. And it just, like, it was just grinding. But again, you use some grease, silicone grease, and man, it's nice and smooth and works fantastic.
Very nice.
Oh man. I'm loving it. Not really.
I'll be right back.
Donald song.
Oh, there's that familiar sound.
Gotta flap your sanding, Sparky.
No, it's a turtle deck.
Uh,
I'm making a headrest.
Yeah, Ricky dropped out.
Nope.
do you usually pick pretty stiff?
For a while, he's just sitting back there working.
Sparky,
Bet
do
you
you
his
pick
iPad
pretty
is dead.
stiff wood for your flaps?
Nope. I stiffen it up with a silk fan and the dope.
Who's brushing their teeth?
Well, at least I got my flaps sanded to 400, my rudder, vertical stab, or it's all sanded now.
This is the part of building I hate. This is the tinkering stage.
Especially when you got to do a lot of tinkering and you're not in the mood for it. That's real hard.
Yeah, when it starts looking like an airplane, I start getting frustrated. That's when I'll rush when I shouldn't, because some of that stuff's more critical than the rest of it.
Well, me, this whole build has just been nothing but I want rigidity and light as I can go.
Hey, Sparky, how do you terminate your lead outs on the ends? Do you use like the grommet and then wire them up, or do you use brass tubing?
I've done it both ways. I do the brass tubing at the bell crank and grommets at the tips.
By grommets, are you talking about brass thimbles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. Well, good. At least I know I got that right.
So far.
Yeah, I want to get it pat how to build these right, and then each plane I'll get better, you know, faster and better and better.
Oh joy.
Well, we've been on,
minutes.
going on 3 hours. I think I'm going to shut her down.
Okay.
Man, you know epoxy gets hot.
Oh, yeah. I mixed a couple of bad batches of epoxy the other night. It came out too brittle. I don't think I put enough hardener in it. It was
I don't
cold.
care to use
That
epoxy.
might have been part of my problem.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done it when it was so cold outside.
All right, well, I'm gonna go get offline. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
All right, good night.
I'm going to shut it down, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of a bunch of deadheads tonight anyway. Not our usual funny group.
It's 3 hours worth.
Yeah. All right. We'll see y'all next week then.
All right.
Next-
Talk to
Catch
you
you
later.
later.
See ya.
See ya.
This is Rusty signing out. Good night.
Ah, shit.